Today's video is priceless, okay? Today we're going into the top 7 tips and tricks for window cleaners that I learned from people in the industry who have been in it for 10, 20, 30 plus years. Guys, this would have saved me so much money and time if I knew all this, and I'm giving it to you free of charge. So if you enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel right now. Please like the video. It would mean the world to me, and let's get into it. Number 1, using towels instead of squeegees. Guys, oh my gosh, I spent like $300 on squeegees in the beginning. You might think I'm crazy, but I went quality. I bought the Unger blades. I bought the Etor blades. All of it. You might not know what that is, but they're like the premium of squeegees. Use towels over squeegees is because most of the residential homes that you're going to be cleaning, they don't clean their windows that often. Squeegees are great for jobs where the client cleans their windows at least 2 times per year. And in commercial work, that's very common. For residential homes, some people don't clean their windows more than like once every 3 years. And so towels paired with, graded force, steel wool, your window cleaning solution, that works so much better. Now, in the process of actually how I do it, that's a whole different video. It's on my Instagram, go follow me. If you scroll through there, my process of how I actually clean the window by towel is on there. But using towels in your hands, you apply so much more pressure, you lift up the oxidation, the dirt, all this paint drops that are on these windowsills, and it comes up because you're doing it by hand. It is a system that will never fail. It's amazing. And when you do squeegees, you also get those dots on the sides, and sometimes the microfiber towels don't work, and doing it with towels is so much better. It's so much cheaper. You can start with like $20. To clarify, squeegees aren't unnecessary. They are very good. You should always use squeegees for jobs that are cleaned very often. I would also use them for windows that are bigger than your wingspan, because cleaning that by hand becomes so time consuming, and a lot of the time, because it's so big, you can really see you can sometimes see the impressions of the hand mark. So squeegees are good then. Doing it with towels is just simply better. Number 2, a flat-headed screwdriver. I drew out a picture for you. The reason you want this is for screens. Now, the bane of every window cleaner's existence is screens, okay? Mine is hoses because I do a lot of pressure washing, but I hate screens. Now, sometimes screens are either really hard to get out, or you get them out and they're really hard to get back in. And they have these little pins. Sometimes they're at the top, sometimes they're at the side. When you have a flat head screwdriver, you can stick it in and pop them out, okay? Amazing, especially if you have to remove the screens from the outside. Very common for doing it for commercial jobs like hotels, or if the homeowner is away and you need to get to some of the windows, you can literally stick your flathead in there, push the screen in, and these will just pop out and you can take it out from the outside. Also, if it's stuck and it's not going back in, if you put your screwdriver in there and you wedge it in, also helpful, okay? That alone, oh my gosh, I would have paid so much money to know that. Screens were the bane of my existence when I started, and that would have saved me so much time. Number 3, degreaser. Now, a little education for you before we go into this. Windows are either dirty, have like little paint drops on them, which can be removed by a scraper or a blade, and oxidation, okay? Oxidation can get caked up on there if the window hasn't been cleaned in a while. All windows have it to some degree, but if a window hasn't been cleaned in like 10, 20 years and it's just caked up, you're scrubbing it, your towel can barely move across, your steel wool is getting stuck because there's so much crap on these windows, it's not gliding at all. It's because there's so much oxidation, it's hard for it to get removed. Using degreaser, Zap purple degreaser, yellow bucket, purple label, amazing. You gotta dilute it into a spray bottle, just a little bit on the window goes a long way. It'll lift up all the oxidation and it will strip right off. Truly amazing. I have overused the degreaser before. Don't do that. You can either just put it on the windows and use it with your mop towel, or you could spray it into the steel wool and use it there. Number 4, going into actually more of like the outside skill is the team. Now, I've learned from the best, and their systems are different, but they all collide with the same thing. Never split your team up, and if you have 2 people, they should be on the outside together or the inside together. They should not be one inside, one outside. If you have 4 people, 2 and 2. The reason why is because it builds better momentum of you working the job together than if you're just one-on-one. And you might be like, what do you mean? I can literally see the guy across, like we're gonna be moving together. You are totally right. The problem is he's on the other side of a window where it's really hard to communicate with him with. So when you have someone right by you and you can keep talking, passing towels, passing blades, passing all this stuff to do the windows, it moves a lot quicker. It's more fluid. Okay, don't split your guys up. Really, really helpful, especially for those big jobs that are a little more mind-numbing. Number 5, and this goes specifically with the towels, but you could do this even when you use squeegees, is having a Sill bucket. So I have a Home Depot bucket. It's the same solution I use with my normal chemical. I just pour it in, have a towel in there. So for the Sills, I have a separate towel for it. The reason this is good is because you're gonna have your bucket of your normal chemical anyways. You don't want it to get super dirty really quickly. It's already gonna get dirty from the windows. There's no reason to pour like actual globs of dirt from windowsills and dead bugs into that. Let it have its own separate bucket to keep that towel and all that murk separated. Number 6 might be a no-brainer to some of you, but if it's not, always do your quotes in person. The reason why this is so important, and honestly, if you were to take anything out of this, this is the most important. Do your quotes in person. The reason why is you're building a relationship instead of a transaction. A lot of you have gotten objections before. The reason that those come up is because you haven't put your client's mind at peace yet. And when you build a relationship with a client, there aren't any objections. And a way to do this is to do quotes in person. If you email me and I say, yep, I'll be there, you haven't met me. And if I gave you a price that was a little bit too high, you'd probably say no. Versus if I come out, I meet you, I put a face to a name, even if that price is right there. If I'm happy and having a good time with you and you like me, you're more likely to say yes to me. So always do your quotes in person. And a side note, when I started, I didn't do all of mine in person, I did them online. I lost a lot of money because there are windows you just don't see on Google Earth or Google Maps, okay? So do them in person. Number 7, understanding what a water-fed pole is. Now I posted about this on Instagram. If you haven't seen it, go follow me, be in the link below. But a water-fed pole is a usually 15 foot to 60 feet even, long pole with a brush at the end, sometimes a walnut pad, and it's attached to a pure water system where the water goes in, comes out at 0 ppm, which means parts per million, which for those of you at home who have no idea what that means, it's crystal clear water. Drinking water is about 150 to 250 ppm, so you can get an idea of how clear this is. It goes up, spray on the window. Because it's clear water, when it dries, it's spotless. Seems like an amazing idea, and they are. I own one, they're amazing. But understand they're not used for every situation. Water-fed poles are great for clients similar to squeegees that clean their house often. If a client hasn't cleaned their windows more than 2 times a year, they're not that good because you have so much oxidation, paint drops, all this dirt. It's really hard to get off with just the pressure of you being all the way down here. Your leverage just isn't that high. And so although you are cleaning it, and not that much is going to come off, okay? It's very good for surface level dirt. Also, if there happens to be a big sun out, and this happens with all window cleaning, we know the bane of the sun. When the sun is out, your solution dries faster, which means sometimes you can see more marks on the window. That is especially true when you have a water-fed pole, okay? You're gonna notice the little drops are gonna start drying and there's gonna be marks on your window. And the reason that is, even though the water is pure, is the minerals are still running down. You want it to dry slowly. That's why cloudy, like warm days, coolish days are the best to clean windows, in my opinion. The other thing you gotta think about with these is they're really expensive. A water-fed pole system is a lot. A very basic one, I think the cheapest I have found that like worked decently was like 250 bucks. The one I have now is like over $1,000. It's a 50-foot one. It's amazing. That's not even including the water tank, which is a 1,500 water tank. It's not a heated water tank. It's only one canister. It's like the lowest of the low. It's still amazing. It's still very high quality, but there are ones that are like $5,000. So these things can run you a bag, and if you don't have the money, stick to towels and ladders. Nothing wrong with it. Guys, these are my top 7 tips and tricks for window cleaners. I hope this helps you. I know it would have helped me when I started. Saved me a ton of time and a ton of money. So implement these. I promise you, your results will be better. Your team will be better. and you'll have more money because of it. Otherwise, if you like this content, remember, please subscribe, please follow me. And if you're interested in building your own six-figure service business like me, I have a course. It is amazing, okay? How much would you pay to be making 6 figures a year, okay? Well, I'm not asking for that price. I'm asking for $300, and it will change your life, where you can be making 15, 20K a month like I am right now. And I'm just getting started. Guys, have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe, like it, follow for more. Peace out.